Welcome to Queen Mary's High School virtual classes. I am Mrs. Nashaba Sheikh, your English teacher. Students, today we are going to study a poem 1.3, A Pilgrim. This poem, The Pilgrim, is written by Anonymous. Now, Anonymous means an unknown poet. He has not disclosed his name. He has kept his name as secret. Now let's begin with the explanation of the poem, The Pilgrim. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening cold and grey to a chasm deep and vast and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The chasm held no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build ye here at eventide? The pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend, in the path I have come, he said, there followeth after me today a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chasm which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. So the poet is unknown. Now this poem, The Pilgrim, first of all, who is a pilgrim? Yes, it is a person who journey to a sacred place for religious reason. Now, for example, in Muslim, we go for Hajj. So, Makkah is a place of pilgrimage for the Muslims. And the people who go for Hajj is called the pilgrim. So, here the pilgrim is going on a very lone highway. He is very lonely. He has got no companions. And the time is evening time. It is very cold. And what they are facing? They are facing the difficulty. There is a chasm. Now what is a chasm? It is a ravine. Ravine means what? A very deep gap in the earth's surface. It is not easy to cross it. So now the time is of sunset. That means it is getting dark. And there is a chasm in front of him. That means a deep gap which he has to cross. But he is not afraid at all. Right? He take a pause and slowly and gradually he reached the other side. Now after reaching the other side, he thought for some time and then he started building a bridge. Why he is building the bridge? So the other people on the other side can easily cross with the help of the bridge and they will not be facing the difficulty. Right? From these lines of the poem, we come to know that the pilgrim is a very selfless person. He is trying to help the people out. He is building the bridge which will be of no use to him later on. But still, he is making efforts to build the bridge. Why? So that the people who comes after him will not face any difficulty. This shows that the pilgrim has a very selfless character. Now there is a fellow pilgrim. That means another person who is also going to a pilgrimage. So he is inquiring or he is informing the old man that why he is wasting his time. Why is he building the bridge here? He says him that your journey is already over. You have crossed the bridge and now it is the close of the day. You need not come again back over here. You need not require again to cross this chasm. Then why to build this bridge? Right? So from this you can understand that the other fellow pilgrim is very selfish. He is not willing to help the other people. So what do you think? What was the reply of the first pilgrim? He raised his old grey head. From this we can understand that the pilgrim is an old man. Right? So that old man explains the other fellow pilgrim that why he is making the bridge. Now what is his concern? He is saying that I have crossed the bridge today, right? But after me, also there will be other people who will be coming from this way, and they may be crossing in the twilight. That means when the light will be dim. They may not be able to cross this bridge without the help of this bridge. They may face difficulty. They may even fear. I am an experienced person. With my experience, I was able to cross this bridge. And since I am old, I fear no death. So, I was, without any difficulty, was able to cross the bridge. Cross the chasm. But it may not be same for the young youth, young people. They may have fear. It might be twilight. It might be no clear light. They may not be able to cross the chasm, and they may fall. And if they fall, they will die. So I don't want to make other people face difficulties. So I want to save them from the difficulties. And that is the reason I am building this bridge for them. You know, students, we also learn from the experiences of our parents and elders, right? So this poem signifies, it focus on those experienced people who should make roads and pathway for the young people who follows them. And this poem gives a very powerful message. It is inculcating, that means it is giving us the ideals of generosity. We should be generous and we should be kind. We should not be selfish at all. So from this poem, what you have learned? That if you find a stone in your way, what are you going to do? You're just going to blame the stone, the people who has kept the stone in between of the road, because you got hurt from the stone, you were about to fall. Or you're going to gently pick up the stone and keep at one side of the road, so the people coming behind you will not fall or get hurt because of that stone. Come on, students, tell me, what will you do? Students, now let's begin the appreciation of the poem, The Pilgrim. So, the first thing that we write in the appreciation of the poem is the title. So, the title of the poem is The Pilgrim. The next one is the poet. The poet is the one who writes the poem. In this, the poet is anonymous. That means the name of the poet is not known to us. It is secret. The next one is the rhyme scheme. Why do we use the rhyming words? So that it adds a poetic touch to the poem. Now in the first stanza, the rhyming scheme is A A B C C B B. And in the second stanza, it is A A B B C C. And in the last stanza, it is A A B B C C D D. So students, now have a look on your screen. You have seen that there are total 3 stanzas in the poem. The first stanza has 7 lines. Now let us see the rhyming scheme. Say the last word in each line. Way, grey. So, way and grey rhymes. They are the rhyming words. So, we'll give them A. Now, next, see the third line. Wide. Now, can you see that wide is not rhyming with dim in the next line, and further neither with him in the next line. It is rhyming with the second last line, that is side. Wide, side, and the last line, tide. So, these 3 words are rhyming. Wide, side, tide. So, they will be given the letter B. And the next comes C, which will be given to the next line which rhymes. So, here the rhyming words are dim, him. So, dim and him will be given letter C. Therefore, the rhyming scheme for the first stanza will be A A B C C B B. Is it clear? Now come to the second stanza. Now see, in the second stanza there are total 6 lines. Now let us see the rhyming words. The first line ends with near and the second line ends with here. So near, here, they are rhyming words. So they will be given the same letter AA. Now next comes the last word is day. And in the next line it is way. Day, way. So they are also rhyming words. So they will be given the letter B. Now see the second last line. Wide and the last line. Tide. So wide and tide are also rhyming words. So they will be given the letter C. Is this clear? So the rhyming scheme for second stanza will be AA, BB, CC. Students, please note down the appreciation of the poem. The name of the poet, the name of the poem, the total lines, the total stanza, and the rhyming scheme. Now see the third stanza. The first line ends with head and the second lines end with said. So head, said, they are rhyming words. Write down AA. The third line, today. The fourth line, way. Today, way. Day, way. So it is rhyming. So we'll write down BB. The fifth and the sixth line, the last words are me, be. So they are rhyming words. It will be given the letter C. And the last and the second last line, dim, him. They are also rhyming words. So we will give them the letter D. So students, you see that in the third stanza, there are total 8 lines. And what is the rhyming scheme? It is AA, BB, CC, DD. Is this clear to everyone? Please note down. Now the fourth point in the appreciation of the poem is your favorite line. Now this can vary as per the students, your choice. Now my favorite line is, my friend, I am building this bridge for him. And we should write down the reason that why we like this line. So I like this line because it reaffirms my faith in human goodness. That means I still believe that there are good people, good human in today's world. So this poem gives us the confirmation that in today's world also we can see or we can experience the good human being. So I have faith in good human as well. The next line, that is the next point, is the central idea. Now what is the theme? What is the central idea of this poem? So students, this poem, The Pilgrim, it is a very beautiful poem and it is written by an anonymous poet. Now what is the poet highlighting in this poem? He is highlighting the importance of selflessness. That means the person should be selfless. He should think about others before thinking about himself. Now the difference between selfless and selfish is that the selfless person put other people, give them the priority against himself. Whereas the selfish person only thinks about himself. He never thinks about other people. So in this poem, we come to know the importance of selflessness. You can see that the pilgrim is building the bridge so that the inexperienced young people, young traveler who will come after him will not face any difficulty. They will be easily able to cross the chasm. So he is giving the unconditional giving and he doesn't want anything in return. He is asking nothing for return. That means it is an unconditional giving. Now the poem also advises us to be human and humane. Now what is the meaning of human? Human means a people, the person connected to any of the human being. That is a people. And humane means the ability, the expression of giving, being human. That means helping someone. So this poem conveys the message that we should be always selfless in our action and we should always think about others' life to make it safe, better and brighter. The next point is the figure of speech. Now in this poem, good figure of speech has been put to use. Now let us see the first one, tautology. Tautology means that in the given expression, the words which are used have got the same meaning and it is repeatedly used in the line. Now see here the example. to a chasm deep and vast and wide. Now here the chasm is described. The chasm is described. How it is described? That it is deep, it is vast, it is wide. The meaning of deep is what? The measurement from the top to the bottom. That means how deep it is. Vast means extremely big, very big. And wide means the measurement from the one side to the other side. So here the meaning of deep, vast and wide are one and the same. Therefore it is tautology. Now the second figure of speech is interrogation. Now interrogation means a sentence which has got a question mark. It questions you. So here the interrogation is, why build ye here at eventide? With a question mark. So it is a interrogation. See, ye is an archaic language. It is an old English. In the modern English, we use it as you. There are also other figures of speech such as transferred epithet, alliteration, etc. Alliteration, you have already learned that the letters will be repeated again and again. And transferred epithet is that the epithet, that means the modifier, will be shifted, transferred from one noun to the another noun. Now this is your homework. You need to find the example of transferred epithet in the poem. The next point is the special features. Now in this, the poem looks as if it is real. It is coming alive because of the imaginations. Now see the imagination in the first line itself. A pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening, cold and grey, to a chasm deep and vast and wide. So here you can see that it is adding color to the narration. That means it is giving you an imagination that there is a pilgrim who is going on a lone highway. It is an evening time and it is very cold. So here it is giving you the imagination, and the imagination is coming real. It is coming alive. And the mood of the poem is serious and inspirational. That means the poem is providing us with inspiration. It is giving us or inspiring us to help others. The next point is that why do I like this poem? The reason you have to write down for this, that why you like this poem. Now, I like this poem because it echoes. That means again and again it keeps on giving an effect on believing that there is good, there is goodness in this world. We may pass through this way but once. That means we are going to only pass through this way only once. But still, the pilgrim is going to build the bridge. And why he is building the bridge? So that the other travelers who are inexperienced, who may fall in the pit, that means the chasm, and may die because of that, they may lose their life. To save them from that difficulty, the pilgrim is making the bridge. It is showing the selflessness, the unconditional giving of the pilgrim. I like the last line of the poem as well. That is, my friend, I am building this bridge for him. Because this is assuring us, it is confirming our faith that today also good human beings are there in this world. Students, please note down the appreciation of the poem. First, you need to write down the title. The title of the poem is The Pilgrim, written by an anonymous poet. Second is theme. What is the theme? The theme of the poem is that everyone should help others with selflessness. Rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is AAB CC BB. Second stanza is AA BB CC. And third stanza is AA BB CC DD respectively. Now what are the special features? What is the tone of the poem? It is very serious and thought-provoking. That means it is provoking. It is making us think over it, ponder over it. Next one is the structure and the stanzas. Now the structure of the stanzas are of unequal length. You can see the first stanza is of 7 lines, second stanza is of 6 lines, and the third stanza is of 8 lines. The language of the poem is narrative. It isn't narration. It is narrating. And it is having some old language, old English language. and it is describing vivid different status, different places. The next one is figure of speech. Now the poem is entirely metaphorical. Metaphor is something that is used to represent something else. That means here there is a comparison. The literal meaning is not used. A figurative meaning is used in the poem. That means it is representing something else. There is also another figure of speech, which is inversion, tautology, personification, and interrogation. Then you have to write down your favorite line. My favorite line in this poem is. Now whichever is your favorite line, you can write down the same. And then lastly, you have to write down the reason why you like or why you dislike this poem. Now here, I like this poem very much because it gives a clear message to help others with selflessness. Students, you need to write down the poem along with the hard words and the meaning. Then you write down the paraphrase along with the conclusion, and finally the appreciation of the poem in your notebook. Thank you, students.